Hello, I'm Zoe Ellis-Moore and I founded Spaces to Places 5 years ago, really seeing the rise of the flexible office sector. So we just specialise in this niche. We're doing a lot of research into the sector because it's growing and evolving and really maturing as well, and then ongoing supporting clients with their, very much their product development and then the marketing of their products. So how would I define operational real estate? I think the thing for me is, with the sector I'm in, I now call them brand lords because I see it slightly different. Yes, it's now very much operator, and you've got the other side of the owner bringing it together, and I think that's where it's that closer alignment. Sometimes it's opco, propco, but hence why calling it brand lords, because they're very much more focused on building, and growth is key to maximise revenue and profits there as well, and its scalability now a lot more. So that's where I see a slightly different definition, and hence calling them brand lords. For us, the growth of, operational real estate, how it's impacting for us is we're seeing huge amounts of entrance into the space. So we're seeing GPE, they now have a flex offering and they've created their own brand. We've got Stories, which is a British land brand as well. So what we're seeing is they're becoming much more operational there as well, where you've got the traditional landlord side getting involved much more with the operations. So it's an evolution of the sector. I'm really keen to think landlords are much more keener to understand this sector. So what's understood? Loads of things are misunderstood in any sector. There's terminology confusion, but it's still all back to the principles of running a great property business, whether that's food and beverage, whether it's hotels, whether it's residential. The fundamentals are all still the same. So I think we just get confused with terminology. So of course we have cyclical, everything's cyclical in nature, but I would say this is long term. Now very much consumers and the brand rise is the thing that's changing, where consumers want to buy into something, and so that's really the marketing coming to the fore and being much more user centric. The whole of all industries, the whole of the world is turning much more user centric and really making sure to give value to the end users. So that's really why this has come up, and it's not cyclical at all. I hate that terminology. I think it's really archaic. And so just with that question, landlord and tenant, I don't see it like that at all. I see it very much as customers, and you've got a business serving those customers. So I think it's just, we need to get much more to other industries and feel like it's much more aligned with our language as well, and being customer centric. So the panel that I was hosting today and had a fabulous panelist was all about repurposing. And so repurposing for me, the big ones there, of course we have the sustainability debate, of course. Do you repurpose, or is it easier to actually just knock it down and start again? That's always a debate there, but of course all the panellists were in agreement, because it was a repurposing panel session, that repurposing is always the most preferred option and usually the most viable there. On that side, we didn't get too much into anything that I would say was controversial. A lot on now regulations and Building Safety Act. That was probably the biggest learning for me, which blew my mind on the regulations now. So for me, this event, it's been fabulous to bring together lots of different sectors all in one room and discussing. And so one of my favourite sessions, it was about the new sort of up and coming asset classes there. So it was sharing the synergies between different sectors and knowledge, also the different levels of maturity with some of these sectors as well. So from senior living, student living as well, to the flex office sector, offices, how retail is evolving, F&B to hotels. We've got the diverse spectrum here that was the most fascinating thing for me, and learning from others.